Hello everybody and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Reforged Eden 2, Episode 2, and we are carrying on from the last episode where we uncovered the demise of the Heidelberg here and the rest of the UCH fleet, and we are currently on our way, or will be very shortly, to the village over yonder. Now, I was trying to just sort of survey what resources we've got, because all this running about is starting to get tedious. So we're going to try and look at bringing in our first little SV, which is the Atom. Now this is on the workshop. It's just slightly modified, obviously, through the chop shop. By slightly modified, I mean it's just got a bridge. I think that's it. So yeah, but I will obviously link the original down in the description. So to unlock this, we need small ion thrusters, bridge, cargo box, and a detector. So small vessel, we need cargo box, fridge, small ion thruster, and detector. Go. So add that to the factory. So as you can see, it's very minimal on what it needs. There is hardly any storage on this whatsoever. It is literally just to get about and get a fridge. The other option we've got is to bring in a HV, but we're a little bit off that yet because we don't have enough resources. So let's pop some of this in the factory. The one thing we are going to struggle on is copper. Get rid of you. No, not doing too bad. Yeah, so copper is going to be the biggie. Throw the electronics in there. Put all you in there. We're going to need as much space as we can carry anyway. And we do actually need some more wood, don't we? Make some more pistol rounds because we are out. Okay, so we're nearly there. It's just the copper. Yeah, let's just get a few plant fibers first. We can make some more pistol rounds before we head off into the wilderness. Get a couple more. Yes, there does seem to be a bit of an issue with the resources when you seem to log back in. Not quite sure whether that's a known bug yet, but at least we're actually getting some plant fibers for it. But anyway, can we only stack these in 8 now? Is that a thing? Make a berry juice and then we'll make another one and we'll see. Right, okay. Balls. You go back in there. Should just prick the arrow, shouldn't I? Really? Yeah, we've been there before as well. Okay, that should do. Yes, please. 3, 6, 9, 120. Make us 4 lots. That take all of our. Yeah, it takes all the copper, doesn't it? Okay. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. We might need to make some more. Let's make another one. Actually, might as well use that last copper. Yeah, let's leave the roots. What else have we got? Alien thorn. Let's leave the xeno material. We're not going to need that yet. What else can we put in? Let's put you in there. Let's put you in there. That's got cobalt in it, so I think that's got cobalt in it. Flashlight. That can go in. God damn it. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, we're away. I'll reload. And off we go towards the village. Hopefully we come across some copper. There's one. So I think we'll get rid of the alien thorn. Keep hearing footsteps, but I think they're mine. Make it. Yeah, let's pop you in there. So, can you make another one? You can, so. It's not stacks of 8, it just seems to split it out for some reason. Mimicry, hello. Confetti moss scrapings. Take that. I feel that's going to be more use to us. Thermal bit, frostbite. So no, it is. So it does only make them into 8. Well, I suppose it saves cheesing and just stacking loads. So. Room. A mosquito. What a shot. There you are. What do you have? Alien thorn. Could just stay here and get this, in fact no, you get that rock actually and turn that into copper. Could do that. Graphite. Okay, so we are full. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Smelt you down. Smelt you down. Let's make another portable constructor. Make some more copper. And you can make 2 grilled steak. Oh yes. Actually, it's pretty small anyway, so it doesn't matter. We haven't got a mechanical drill, so we'll just leave it. But should probably make one of those actually. 53 crushed stone. Nowhere near enough. I was fully hoping these would give us a lot more crushed stone than they have done. So The plan didn't quite go as I'd hoped, but let's have a look. I didn't pick up my tent either, did I? No, I didn't. I bet you guys were screaming at the screen then. Oh well. Make some more protein bars or energy bars. We'll eat them out of here. We've got another constructor on the go now, that's good. Nom nom nom. Okay, we're full. So let's build another 10. That's fine. How are you doing on your 1 copper ingot? Pop you in, and some of you. Carbon substrate is done. Silicon is nearly done. Plenty of copper. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. I just eaten that steak and I didn't need to. Okay, let's carry on our way. We have still got some sniper rounds as well. And silicon, let's not bother with those just for now. Copper is what we want. Don't like having to rely on crushed stone, but if that's all that presents itself to you in nature, then that's what we have. So, and we're full again. Make some more as well. Any more stone yet? We'll take you. You just seen what's right next to us? Where did you come from? Pretty sure you weren't there a minute ago, but never mind. Kind of pays to clear the undergrowth, doesn't it? Really. Is that another one? Nope. Nope, nada. Good, we can make 3. Not too bad, not too bad. At least then hopefully we can sort of get out and about to some deposits. Still not found anything yet, deposit wise, so wreckages. Yeah. Got 40. Not so bad. 50 more. Let's carry on our way. Life drain. You're being bitten by lancet flies. Am I really? Where are you? Are you buzzing around? Ah, we got bitten again. Gotcha. Scumbag. No, we don't need you. I'm heading the wrong way. There we go. So we've got no rocks at all. We've got no copper. This is brutal. Okay, we've got another rock here. We've got 2 rocks, so we'll take these down. Pop you, and you start making some of that. As well. And there was another little rock. There we go. Desperate times, people. Desperate times. Another one there as well. Can we reach that with the drone? Yeah. Just. And that one? Yeah, just. Beautiful. Okay, where did I pop down? There they are. Take you out. Put you in there. You in there. We're going to need some more. We got nothing. There's another big rock over there actually, so pop you. Nope, still not enough. We're so close. We are so close. Let's just pop these in. Got it. Silicon going as well. Just 20 more. One copper ingot would do us. One copper bearing, node, rock, whatever you want to call it. It's got to be one. Well, I genuinely cannot believe it that there is none. None at all. Getting closer. Come on. You can do it. Just need 2 ores. Yes. Aha! We've got it. We've got it. We've got some fuel as well, so that's all good. Get in there and get made. Making one more, are you? Fine. In. Bosh. Start production. Fantastic. At least now we have a means getting around. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have the atom. Yes, so the atom, the original atom is this big. All I've done is made it this big, put on a fridge and a storage box. That's pretty much it. The rest of it is just as standard. So it's just got a fuel tank, oxygen tank, a detector, and a generator, and that is it. That is it. But at least we can transfer a few bits over. Let's go to the fuel tank actually, put some fuel in it. Can we use this? Biodiesel? Yes we can. Fantastic. Let's use you as well. So, fridge. Finally put things in the fridge. Feels so good, doesn't it? Getting your first SV. Or HV, doesn't matter which, but SV, it just feels so much more satisfying. Let's get you off there. There was nothing in there. Fantastic. So, oh, away we go. Yes, we are airborne, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2. And we're off. No more walking, and plenty of resources around, so that's good. So we're not too far off getting our CV in and conquering the galaxy. Beautiful. I think we'll probably end up looking at building a base, I think, on this planet, and we'll try and conquer it. I think take out all the Xerax presents. Heat signature monument. This can't be the right place. These people live in primitive housing. They don't have the capacity for interstellar travel. It seems you may be right, Commander. Nonetheless, these creatures were not described in the Heidelberg's logs and should be investigated for potential information. This place looks like somewhere you'd find the leader of a village. Let's go in and say hello. Yes, let's. Chief, Tenekoe Tamane Onakuka. I'm not even going to bother. I'm sorry, I don't understand your language. Komatu te talon akai ti toi tori tiro tiro matu I eni. So your people are Talon. Really? We managed to pick that up, did we? The chief points to a tapestry depicting a pyramid-like tower in a forest. Chief gestures to the door and turns around. I guess we're done here then. Did you get any of that, Ida? The best I've got is that the chief wants me to go to some tower somewhere. I've recorded the conversation, identified the structure he indicated, Commander. It is quite far from your current location and is emitting a low electromagnetic signature. Shall I send the location data to your display? Go ahead, Ida. Okay. Commander, I have forwarded the location of the tower, or something that matches the tapestry the Talon Chief showed you, to your display. Have you? I wonder what I'm supposed to do there. Got any clues, Ida? Could be a trap. It's unlikely. Through the camera on your suit, I was able to observe the tribesmen while you spoke with the chief, and most of the people in the village displayed no aggression towards you. Merely curiosity. Most, but not all. Should I be worried? I wouldn't worry about it, Commander. The individuals I observed appeared to be youths. If there's one thing I know, Ida, it's that angry youths will always cause trouble. Okay, so there's the ancient tower. I wonder if it's the same ancient tower. Yes, it looks like it is. You are approaching the tower now, Commander. I'm detecting electromagnetic readings coming from beneath the structure. Oh no, it does look different. There appears to be some kind of entrance at the top of the tower, Commander. Well, I found a way inside. That was quite a way to fall. I was expecting a staircase, an elevator or something. Whatever this place is, Commander, my scans are unable to penetrate the walls. It appears to be heavily shielded, except for a data transceiver that I am unable to access. What do you mean? The design of the structure is far more advanced than anything in the Talon village, but there are many similarities in their architecture, styling and repeated motifs on both. How could they be made by the same people, yet be so technologically different? What could have happened to cause them to abandon the technologies that made all this possible? There could be any number of reasons, Commander, but I surmise that the Zirax's presence here is the cause of their apparent regression. Otherwise, they would be standing as equals. Yeah, they'd be at the top of my list too. But why would they send me here? Show me what they used to be? Those devices appear to be some form of computer terminal and may contain the answers to your questions. However, without any power, there is no way to interface with them. Then I need to be looking for some way to turn on the power. One of the consoles appears to be different from the others. It possibly controls whatever power source is intended to power the building. Once the power is active, I may be able to access the building's transceiver. I'll see if I can figure something out. So that's the different one. Cool. Looks like the power's on, Ida. All the lights. I'm reading an increase in data traffic, and I am able to remotely connect to the computer systems. I will have a translation key completed momentarily, and will transfer the files to your suits. Okay, receiving download now. The translation key has been successfully installed, Commander. Please approach the blue console and confirm that it is translating the Talon language correctly. Screen lit up and alien symbols stream down the interface. Activate translation program. Loading Talon translation key SSD. In the year 2106 TC, a noble Talon, having regained the power of spaceflight and finally returned to the stars, encountered our first adversary in the form of an Arcanian republic. The economic power spanning thousands of systems without formal military, they found opposition with our enlightened system of equality and saw our people as both threat and resource. With no military force of our own, we turned to an honourable warrior race, great in number and military prowess, but lacking interstellar travel, and uplifted them to be our allies and protectors against the ergonomic might of the Arcanian fleet. With their military and tactical superiority on our side, the Republic's aggression was halted and a stalemate achieved. Seeing no way for a profitable outcome for them, the Republic entered negotiations with our Talon Xerax Assembly to construct a system of codependent commerce between all our peoples, giving up their right to military force in exchange for our allies' protection from external source in their place. And so, by the Unity Accords, the Talaxan Federation was formed. This looks like some kind of historical record. It appears to detail the rise of the Talon and their protectors and allies, the Xerax. From the dating system, I believe this would be some 362 years ago, and documents roughly 214 years of the Talaxan Federation's history over 800 pages. That's a long time to be allies for them to be in the condition they're in now. Guessing their more recent history must be one of the other consoles. The next console is the red console, which should logically contain more information, more recent information, Commander. Confirmed, Ida. Okay, so the Xerax and the Talon were allies. Running translation key. Slowly, the silence spread across the galaxy, engulfing everything it touched. No warnings, no transmissions, and no survivors. Gone were the days of peace for the Federation. War was upon us once again, and the bonds that bound us together burned bright as the fires of war were waged upon the ancient evil of the past, our legacy. An ancient enemy we thought left behind long ago, bound to a dying galaxy with no way to travel the gulf of the emptiness between the origin and the destination. Naive we were, but while we were bound by lifetimes of memory, they were not. They took the long journey across the expanse with no thoughts or risk, only the cost of time the journey would take. To emerge here and now, when we were once again at peace, to take from us all that we have built again. To fight was our only choice, but time and distance served to only strengthen the ancient enemy, and so silence spread like a stain across the face of the galaxy, and where they spread, only silence was heard. This doesn't seem to have anything on the Xerax. It's talking about some war. Whatever this enemy was, it was strong enough to topple a formidable alliance that had ruled the galaxy for centuries. I have found thousands of references to the Legacy elsewhere in the database, but little information on their appearance and nothing on their language or culture. They can't have been that effective, since this happened, 100 years ago? And the Xerax are still here? There's no need to know about a dead enemy that we'll never run into. 106 years, Commander. But indeed the records describe the defeat of the Legacy further on. However, the Legacy were not completely destroyed, merely rendered dormant through the science and ingenuity of the Talon and Xerax. but nothing that says how the Talon ended up as this. No, Commander. I'm not sure that would be recorded here, as such an operation would be surgical, leaving no one to update the records in this time permitted. There may be more information regarding that time on the Green console. You can always come back and read about the legacy later if it interests you. Log off. So these have definitely been updated. Definitely been updated. Wait a second. This console only seems to have a database of Talon-controlled planets, food, dances, and other culture-related stuff. Dances. While this is probably what the Chief wanted me to read, it's no use to us. Yes, this console appears to contain information about the Talon as a people. Personally, I find it fascinating, Commander. Can you enable the upload connection on the console so I can store the files on the UCH database? You, Ida, find something fascinating? That's the most expression I've heard out of you so far. One of my parameters is to investigate and document first contact with any alien species, Commander. I am predisposed of fascination of alien creatures and cultures. Does that mean you're investigating those big-ass spiders we've run into as well? Of course, Commander. If you would like to know more about the creatures we've encountered, you can view them in the ecological database in your PDA. I'll pass on that, thanks, Ida. That's a shame. There's a lot more to learn from the wildlife of an alien world and its culture. Commander, I have detected heat signatures moving in on the tower in combat formation. I was able to trace them back to the transport half a kilometre away that landed outside my focus. I apologise for not detecting them sooner, Commander. Enemy troops, how many hostiles are we talking about? There are only 4, Commander. They appear to have taken flanking positions, 1 at the top of the tower to prevent your escape and 2 preparing to breach the wall. The shuttle that dropped them is still in the area, Commander. I recommend that you deal with the situation and leave the area before more troops are deployed. Understood? I'll get it done. Which door? Take cover by the power terminal. Ooh. A little bit feisty than I was expecting. There's one. Where's the 4th one? Yeah, Jason Bourne your ass. Okay. Good work, Commander. That transport that dropped the soldiers off is approaching with another wave of troops. It would be prudent to leave the area. How do they know I was even here? That's too short a time from them to have gotten as close as they did. I think it's stuck. Yeah, well, not going to bother because it's going to take us a while, so... Turn to the Chief. Yeah, there's no light or anything on this. There's nothing. So it's literally just a flying block of plastic. But it's good enough. It does what it needs to do in the first outset, so pop it down here. I think it's about time I got some answers. Hey, buddy. I see you have returned, traveller. I hope your journey was enlightening. Wait a second, do you speak trade standard? Of course I do. How else would I purchase supplies and sell ingredients to the traders of the trading station? Then why send me on this wild goose chase to learn your language and history? Couldn't you have just told me what I wanted to know when I first came here? I could have. Then you would have both learned nothing for yourself and proved nothing to me. I am now confident that you are neither a Xirax spy or an enemy of the clan. By the way, what is a goose? Some kind of animal? No, it's an animal, a bird, from my homeworld, but that's beside the point. I was attacked by Xirax right after reaching the tower. What? That tower contains a record of our history. Much as the Xirax would like to refute it, they would never intentionally destroy such a repository of knowledge, as it may still be of use if the war resumes again. What can I tell you, Chief? They blew in a wall to get in and took out one of the consoles and everything behind it. The red one, I think. By the time I had reached the tower, they had already landed a safe distance and were making their way to the foot of the tower. That knowledge is backed up, so as long as the other consoles are undamaged, then it can be repaired. I can tell what you're thinking, that someone here told the Xirax patrols where to find you, aren't you? Not to put too fine a point on it, Chief, but yes. It shames to admit it that you're probably right, Traveller. I can even understand why they'd do it. You see, 4 years ago, when the ships of your people crashed into this planet, several villagers were caught in the fires caused by the flaming debris that rained down across the planet. I ordered my people to go and put out the fires of our settlement and those of our neighbours, then to aid any survivors from your people's ships. To my sorrow, when we tried to help your people, they mistook us for Xirax and our aid for an attack. We lost many people that night. Several of our young hunters lost friends and family members, and I have held a grudge since then. After I'd sent you to the tower to learn our ways and language to prove you were not an enemy, several of the hunters came to me and demanded that I render you no aid. They insisted that instead I should contact our Xirax jailers and trade the information for supplies and weapons. Naturally, I refused. I would be a poor leader to lend any assistance to the Xirax who enforce these conditions upon us. Unfortunately, it seems the youngsters did not like my answers to their demands. Now it seems they may have done something unforgivable. These conditions, I never did find out what the Talon ended up this way. Ah yes, that. It's not a terribly long story, and happened long before my time, but if you're willing to listen to an old chieftain prattle on about the past, I'd be glad to indulge you. If only the youngsters had the patience to learn their history, maybe this tragic situation wouldn't have happened. Following the defeat of the Legacy and their forced dormancy, the Xirax, who had suffered the greatest or possibly only loss in the war, saw us Talon centralised within the safety of the Federation's home systems, far from the front lines as cowards and not fit to rule. Suspicions and discrimination escalated. Wild theories of us orchestrating the Xirax's demise at the hands of the Legacy became common, and xenophobia reigned supreme until it all came to a head. The houses of Xirax united behind a single ruler, an emperor, and forcibly and violently ended the Talaxan Federation. The survivors of the Purge were herded into hundreds of planets across the galaxy, some to work as slaves, others forced into primitive conditions like us, kept from technological proficiency by an iron rule enforced by our watchers. That's really all there is. Look around you and you'll see the truth of the tale, Traveller. That's terrible. Why have you not fought back? Fighting is the way of the young and foolish. I'm too old to fight and couldn't bear to order my people to their death, and it would be to their deaths. There's no way that bows and arrows can stand up against heavy machine guns. We are few and we are weak. As much as it pains me to admit it, we can only endure. Sooner or later your people will need to stand and fight. One day they won't remember the past, as you do, and then they'll have nothing to fight for. I thank you for your opinion, Traveller, but this business is our own. Things will resolve themselves one way or another. Shall we get back to the matter at hand then? So what now? The youngsters will be apprehended and brought before a tribal council to determine their guilt. Selling out anyone to the Xirax is the highest crime we have. If found guilty, I understand. Is there some way I can help? I believe you may meet opposition on the other hand. I believe some of the other hunters may also refuse the order to bring in the youngsters. I would ask you, if you are willing, to speak to the head of the hunters and tell him to call in the hunters at my request. You will likely find the leader of the hunters at one of the village watchtowers. I'll see what I can do. Oh, I'll come up for air now. If I recall correctly, there was an older hunter by one of the watchtowers when we came in. Ooh. What about this dude? Master Hunter, there we go. So you are the Terran that the chief has vouched for. I am not impressed. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here because the chief wants you to bring in the youngsters, the young hunters that are suspected of selling me out to the Zirax. No member of my hunters would dare sell out anyone to those treacherous Zirax thugs. You dare accuse me and my kinsmen of making deals with their kind? I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just here to make sure you follow through on your chief's orders. My people have no reason to flee your false accusations, Terran. It's past time for the hunting party to return with their kills for the day anyway. Most of the groups have returned to the village and are either preparing for their dinner or reporting to the chief. And how many have not returned? Is it normal for them to take this long? Hold your questions, Terran. I know what it is you're getting at, and I assure you there is no way the group that has not returned would have betrayed the village as you suspect. They may simply be delayed by a large catch or have travelled further to find prey. They may be in trouble. What can you tell me about this missing group? They're all exceptional hunters, despite their youth. I expect that Cave, among them, to one day succeed me when I retire. Geem and Torma are likely expected to take positions in leadership. It's unthinkable that they will betray the village. While it is true that some of them are troubled, Cave more than most, they all have bright futures in the village. Why is Cave more troubled than most? The boy lost his father when your people's ships crashed into the forest years in the past. He has had problems adjusting to the loss of his father. Nothing the shaman or myself couldn't deal with. It's just... So there's an angry teenager out there with a grudge against my people. Still so sure he's innocent? I do not know. I will wait a while longer before I go to the chief. It cannot be true. Just tell me where they usually hunt. If he's innocent, I'll bring him back with me. Cave leads the group. If he's anywhere, he'll be near the monument, where we go and honour remember the dead. It's one of the oldest structures on this planet, and a place he chooses to hunt near. Why would he choose to hunt near there? He once told me that he can feel his father's presence there, that his father guides his arrows so long as he is near it. I felt it to be cruel to disabuse him of his beliefs, so I allow him to continue hunting there as long as he continues to bring in prey, which he does. Then that's where I'll start looking for his group. Can you keep waiting here? But I can't wait around for other dropships full of soldiers to turn up. There's a lot of reading. I get there's a lot of story to tell, but the monument he's referring to is located not far from the village, Commander. We do not have enough information on the group. I would recommend exercising caution and going armed. So, the Zirax and the Talon were together under the Talaxian Federation. That much I understand. The Zirax then somehow betrayed the Talon, and thinking that they subjected the legacy to wipe them out. Is that right? So now the Zirax are keeping them under control and basically prisoning them. I think that's what I'm picking up. It's quite hard to focus when I'm trying to read it all and understand it. I've reached the monument, Ida. I don't see any sign of the hunters anywhere nearby. They could be inside, but it's an odd place to be hunting. I'm detecting several heat signatures at various places inside the compound, and one near the centre. They could be praying their respects to the dead or waiting in ambush. Reload. seeing anybody. That's far enough, Terran. This is no place for your kind. Your very presence contaminates this place. I'm only here to talk. Talk? Where was the talk when your people gunned down my people? My father. He was a kind man, who never raised his voice or his hand to anybody. He was everything I had. Whose only sin was that he was too good. Shot in the back by your people as he pulled them from the burning wreckage of their ship. No, save your talk. Save your lies. I will hear none of it. So you sold me out to the Zirax. Of course it was me. My father's spirit deserves justice. And what better way to get justice than to hand you over to the Zirax as the first step towards a brighter future for my people. Even that fool of a chief will see that this is the right course of action in time. But there's no way to convince you to turn yourself in. It's too late to solve anything with talking. You've contaminated this place for too long, and the only thing that will cleanse this filth from this sacred place is your death. Don't even try it, Kiev. Your band of merry men and their bows. Whoops. You think I'd be dumb enough to try and take on your alien armor and weapons? Then you're even more foolish than I took you for. My companions aren't even here, but in their place, I brought some new friends, whom I'll be more than a match for you. Whoa! Brutal, brutal, Jesus. Bandage. Oh. Bloody hell. So that's how Reforged Eden 2 is going to go, is it? Okay. Okay. Zirax Stormtrooper, eh? Really want to use all my bandages up right now, but I don't think we've got a choice. Where's Goomba number 3? Hey! Balls. Ah. As if you've not got a bandage. Oh, he's gone. Don't know where he is. There he is. Ah, no way. God damn you, Kiev. At least we're consistent in dying once per episode. Yeah, continue at current location. Okay. Oh, look. I'll take you. Okay, where is this Goomba? Screw you. Oh dear, we're out of ammo. Ida, can you monitor this location to make sure no one disturbs the bodies? Eve wasn't alone in his actions. His conspirators will want... Your intelligence was never called into question, Commander. I'll keep surveillance over this location, notify you if someone moves the bodies while you report to the Chief. To the Chief. To the Chief. Chief! He shot me. Really twitchy. Really twitchy. There we go. Chief! I see you've returned, Traveller. But it is without the missing hunters. No, you don't need to explain. Huntmaster Uriel already sent out a party to the monument to find the missing party. They returned moments before you arrived. It saddens me that you would work to gain my trust only to kill my clansmen in cold blood. What do you have to say for yourself now, Terran? I was only defending myself after he attacked me. We Talon are not a violent people. We never initiate an attack, but we will respond if attacked. In this case, I have already been told by the hunters that Kiev's body was found alone, in a memorial courtyard with damage to his body matching your weapon. There are no other bodies. Your guilt is clear, Terran. I'd hoped you would become a friend of the clan, Traveller. We are so lacking in allies in these trying times that it seems that if I foolishly pinned my hopes on you, and we could mend the gap between our two people. The bodies were removed after I left to return here. Enough! No, Chief. What the Terran says is true. I have seen Kiev's treachery with my own eyes. There were bodies of Xerax at the monument, and clear evidence that they were there with Kiev. Uriel, you who lost so many of our hunters to the Terrans, you would truly vouch for this one? You who cried loudest for vengeance against the Terran interlopers? Yes, Chief. I followed tracks leading away from the monument until I found Geem, Torma, Suvi, and Farai of Kiev's hunting party, carrying away the bodies of the fallen Xerax towards the Xerax encampment to the north. I have returned with the gene tags of several of the soldiers from the encampments as proof. How did you get those tags if the hunters reached the Xerax encampment? I am the head of the hunters for a reason, Terran. I know my way around a knife and Xerax body armour. What I want to know is how you know the bodies were removed when the bodies were taken away after you left the monument. I am a commander of the UCH for a reason, Hunter. I have my ways too. You had that machine mind that you often speak to watching the area, did you not? Ha ha ha. As old as he may be, Natuk's mind is still sharp. If you think you can pull the fur over my chief's eyes, friend, you need to try harder. We may appear primitive, but we are still familiar with the many advanced technologies that are forbidden to us. I am concerned with what those 4 renegades are planning with the Xerax, and what would the Xerax want with them. It's not like them to show any sort of leniency to our kind. Kiev said that handing me over to the Xerax would open the way to a brighter future for the Talon. Is re-establishing relations between Xerax and Talon possible? It may have been long enough that the younger generation's hatred for the Talon has been diminished, but I do not believe that any sort of positive relation with the Xerax will be possible within my lifetime. It would be a nice prospect if it were possible, but a future gained by betraying our allies is one we want no part of. I'm sorry that you had to be put in this position, Traveller, that you had to see us in a time of weakness. I must truly be getting old if I cannot see the darkness brewing within our youths. It's not your fault, Chief. These are your people, and they were wronged by mine. True, but the fault lies with me for not realising how troubled my clansmen are. And also lies with them for not bringing their troubles to me before the situation worsened to what we have now. Things could have been much worse. So I am glad that a far worse crisis was averted, even if the results wasn't anyone would call positive. It isn't much, but I would like to welcome you among my clan, Traveller Gambit. Rest here, and be at ease here. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask me. I've been tracking the Terran survivors who crashed here 4 years ago. Your clansmen, their vehicles headed to the trade station belonging to the Polaris merchants. I know this because I was there purchasing medical supplies when I saw them organising transportation off this world on a freighter. I'll give you the coordinates of the station if you need them, but I'm sure your machine mind has already found that structure. I hope you found your people again, Traveller. May the spirits guide you to Empyrion, if not your people. And may the spirits guide you too, Chief. And now you're sounding like a member of the clan. Farewell, Chief Notuk. I hope to see you again. Oh, from the information the Chief provided, I was able to pinpoint the station he described. It stands in a heavily industrialised area within the steady activity from a spaceport. Not a course of the structure either. We're finally one step closer to finding the rest of the fleet. Chapter 3, Plausible Deniability. You cleared your name and found an unlikely ally in the Talon, but it seems things are not always what they seem, and trust needs to be earned in this new galaxy. Can the Polaris who helped smuggle your people off-world ahead of the Zirax be trusted, or are they playing a deeper game? Only time will tell. Proceed. I have forwarded the location data and plotted course to your display, Commander. There appears to be no further activity from the Zirax at this time, so your journey should be free of interference. Thank God for that. Okay, well. Yeah, so. A lot's happened in this episode. We found out some history of the Talon and the Zirax. I think I've completely misunderstood the history. But, yes, it seems that they were once allies. They are now not. And the Zirax are holding the Talon in contempt for what I would assume is the Zirax blaming them for the legacy, killing them all. In a nutshell, I think that's right. Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. So, yeah, so there we go. So now we're going to head off to the trade station and meet the Polaris. But we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I know there was a lot of reading. Hopefully you're still awake. I know I'm struggling myself, I'm not going to lie. But thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.